So, greetings, students. So, in this lecture, we will be dealing with your stepper motors. So, first, you have to know about what is a stepper motor. So, it is nothing but a specialized AC motor. Okay. So, these stepper motors will be used for more accurate and precision application. So, more accurate and precision means so wherein mainly you can take a robotics and space application. So there you need more accuracy and more precision has to be needed. So in those applications you will be making use of your stepper motors. So these stepper motors, what happens is that we'll be having the rotor which rotates for particular angle. Okay, so if this is the starting between 0 degree means it rotates for an angle of 1.8 degree in general. Okay, based upon the number of folds, this angle will be defined. So this angle is called as step angle. Okay, so this angle is called as step angle. So hence this is called as stepper motor. So the excitation will be given such that it moves for a particular step angle. Okay, so this is the main principle involving a stepper motor. So coming to the principle, so the stepper motor is nothing but electromechanical device which converts electrical pulses. So here you have to see the excitation will be the in the form of pulses. Okay, it will be in the form of pulses into discrete mechanical movement. So discrete mechanical movement in the sense, as I said, it will be of in degrees. So that is in step angle. So the shaft or the spindle of a stepper motor rotates in discrete step increments. Okay, the motor rotation has several direct relationship to that of the input pulses because based upon your input parameter only your motor acts and the characteristics depends upon. The sequence of the applied pulses is directly related to the direction of the motor shaft rotation. So here the speed of the motor shaft, okay, that is the output speed is directly related to the frequency of input pulses. At what frequency your input pulses you are giving out will be determining your speed, output speed n. Okay, so here you can see there are different types of stepper motors. So first is a variable reluctance stepper motor, next is a permanent magnet stepper motor, next is a hybrid motor. So variable reluctance in the sense the value of, so this is a cross section of a variable reluctance stepper motor. So here you can see it is more or less similar to that of your induction motor, but you can see the variation in the number of poles at your stator as well as in your rotor. Okay. So throughout this operation, your variable reluctance motor, your reluctance value will be changing throughout. Based upon your reluctance value, the rotation of your rotor depends. Okay. So this is based upon your variable reluctance motor. So this is a permanent magnet motor. So this is a permanent PM. So here, uh, the magnet used for the what you can say, the operation is of a permanent magnet. Okay. So the stator will be that of the permanent magnet, while rotor alone will be the, of that of the windings. Okay. So here also you can see this is a hybrid type. Okay, which forms a combination of the permanent as well as your variable reluctance motor. Okay. So where they will be making use of these stepper motors. Okay, these stepper motors can be very good choice in case of the controlled movement or precision movement. As I said before, they can be used to advantage in application where to control rotation angle, speed, position, and synchronism. So because of these advantages, inherent advantages listed, the stepper motor have their place in many different applications. So that we'll be dealing with. So stepper motor characteristics, these are nothing but constant power devices. Okay. So in compared to your synchronous and induction motor, these devices can are capable of providing a very good amount of constant power. So as the motor speed increases, Okay, so as I said, the motor speed will be depending upon your frequency of your input pulses. Okay, as this n increases, your torque will be decreases. So if your speed is very low, means your torque will be very high. So the stepper exhibit more vibration than other type of motors. Okay, as due to your step angle movement. Okay, as due to your step angle movement that I have already told. So this vibration can become very bad at some speeds, okay, and can cause the motor to lose torque. It is possible. The possibility lies. Okay. So here comes out the torque generation. So the torque produced by a stepper motor depends upon several factors. So first primary thing is your speed that we have already seen. So here it is. So next is your step rate. Okay. Step rate, the drive design, the drive current in the winding. So the basic relationship between your which the intensity of magnetic flux, so H, is defined by Ni by L. So this is nothing but your Ampere circuital law that you have already studied. So based upon this Ampere circuital law only, your stepper motor operates. So coming to the rotating magnetic field. So here also the rotating magnetic field is a basic principle involving in this motor. So I have already explained. So I'll give a brief. So when a phase winding of stepper motor will be energized with with the current, a magnetic flux will be developed in the stator, and this will be the direction of the flux will be given by your right hand rule of Fleming's right hand rule. The magnetic flux part will be cut by your rotor. So at the time of cutting, okay, that is the rotor then aligns itself to the flux position where it is minimized. Okay. So due to this, to get the motor rotate, we can provide a sequence of energizing the stator winding. So in order to make the rotor rotate, you have to keep on energizing your stator with various poles. So hence you will be giving a pulse as an input. So based upon this pulse, at the starting edge, okay, or at the triggering edge, your stator might be of your north pole. At the ending edge, a stator might be going to the south, then again south, then again north, then again south, and again north. So this might be your characteristics of your stator. So based upon this, your rotor will also starts to move. So I'll be showing. So this is your torque versus angle characteristics. So here you can see your torque, and this is your angle. This angle corresponds to your step angle or rotor angle. Okay, so we'll be saying on is a step angle or rotor angle. So up to this point it will be a stable, and otherwise it might be going up unstable. That is the angle up to the 90-degree. It is possible to achieve the stable point. Okay. So this is a torque speed characteristics. Okay. And this is a single step response. Okay. Step response. So coming to the operation. So this is how it works. As I said, so based upon your you have to pulsate your stator. So if you are pulsating your stator means you will be getting the rotation of your rotor. Okay, it is possible. So what happens is that in order to pulsate your stator, you have to give the input pulse. So the input pulse is given in this fashion. So over here it will be of a positive, and over here it will be negative. So this is a positive and this is a negative. So at the initial point, one will be at the positive end and another one will be at the negative end. So where there is a positive end over here means it will be flowing from north to south. At the same time, if this becomes, it becomes north to south, and hence the flow of current will also be reversed. Here you can see. So this is how your structure of a stepper motor, sorry, rotor and stator. So that is, this will be your rotor, stator. This will be a stator, and this will be your rotor. Okay, and this will be energizing coils. And here you can see the stator in a physical dimension. Okay, so this is how it looks like. So this will be a stator with the 4 poles. This is a 4-pole of stator and 2-pole of rotor. So here you can see the cross section of a stepper motor. Okay. So this, so it can operate in various operation. That is full step operation. So next is your half step operation. Okay. So in a full step operation, what happens is that the excitation will be of very higher. Okay. So here you can see the rotation. So here you can see the half step. So here you can see the difference. That is, the rotor angle will be moving from your what first point to the second point of your stator. Okay, that is it directly moves out, and intermediate there won't be any kind of stops of your rotor. Okay, so this is your stator followed by this is your rotor. Okay, whereas in your half step, what happens is that the step angle there will be a stop at your 45 degree. You stop at your 45 degree. Okay, for each and every 45 degree step there will be a stop, but over here it will be of a 90-degree step. So that's the main difference between your full step and half step. So based upon that, the excitation gets varied. So here's this is a winding number one. So how they are connecting the winding they have given. So this is your winding number two. So this is a 6-pole rotor. So it is a 4-pole stator, 4-pole stator with a 6-pole rotor. So this is how your 6-pole rotor 2 ultramagnets operation looks like. Okay. So here, if you are using the 6-pole means you can gain still more output torque. Okay. So this is a practical stepper motor operation. Okay, you can just see through it how it gets moves on. Okay. The stepper motor application mainly you can see is in your hard drive. Okay. In the previous case, we'll be using HDD disk or hard disk. So now we are currently using of STD. So in your STD, it will not be present. Only at your hard disk, only hard disk of your computers. Only these kind of stepper motors will be there for writing and reading process. So next in CNC lathes, they'll be making use. After that, in the paper feeding, also they'll be use offsets. They'll be using. So this is a CNC stepping motor. So here you can see the rotor. Okay, these are the stator coils. So here coming to the advantages, they are of low cost. Okay, this is the main advantage. They are of low cost. So they are simply of construction can operate in open loop also. Okay, low maintenance. The main disadvantage is that they need dedicated control circuit that like microcontrollers. They use more DC, more use of is more current than normal DC motors. Okay. So here the input what you are giving is, has to be that is here the high torque output is achieved at low speed. So I have already told about that too. So here the control sequence in the microcontroller how you have to write means like this. So for the step one, so this is the control circuit. Okay. So for this is for a clockwise rotation, and for the and counterclockwise you have to write in the reverse. So the servo motor is also there. So it is also works upon out based upon your step angle. Okay. So mainly these kind of servo motor will be making use in your robotic applications. Okay. So with this lecture gets over. Thank you.